This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. And I got Saf with me.
Yo, I'm in the building.
Yeah, your voice sound crazy.
I know, I'm a little hoarse. Sorry.
And we got the Podcastbols. What's up with y'all?
I'm a little
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Sammie.
Appreciate y'all pulling up, man.
Welcome.
Introduce yourselves individually for my crowd, please.
Well, up front, it's the ball sleeves all day long, you know what I'm saying? Here with the good brothers.
What's going on? It's Ty. Nice to meet everybody.
Absolutely.
Stop. You know what I mean?
Militant brother, a.k.a. Brother Byron.
I'm not that militant. I'm not that militant.
That's all.
You be trying to sell people on that all the time.
That's all. He is. He ready to start the revolution.
I mean, it's a relative scale. Like, if we hear on militancy, he's here. So, that's all we know. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I am, you know what I'm saying, a revolutionary.
Y'all crazy. So, what, first of all, I want to say y'all got one of the best names in podcasting, especially from a Philly nigga. The Podcastbols is classic. Like, y'all killed that. Y'all killed that. I think it's that name.
That's a head
blushing now.
You know what I'm saying? That's a far away DAC joint, like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you know, we're going to have this conversation on your podcast and be 100, I didn't even like the name.
What?
I didn't have shit else to come up with better, so I just rolled with it. And shout out to Sleeves, man. I'm pretty sure it was Sleeves that came up with the name. Right?
It was a fight, no, because initially it was STS Podcastbols. It was like way too long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was way too long. So, like everything else, we had to vote on it. And we decided just to go with Podcastbols because it's a little bit shorter, it's a little bit sweeter, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that was
you know, authentically, the ball sleeves had to come through, man.
Say that, sleeves.
You know, I play my part, man. Pass me the rock. I'm going to win back.
Talk heavy. No, but I do think the name is dope. What made y'all do a podcast in the first place? Y'all was already fucking with pods? Like, this part of y'all lifestyle, or?
This thing right here.
How far you taking them back?
Listen, let's go back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take me with you.
You know what I'm saying? We'll go back to 94 when all of us, shout out to my man Dread on the lens all day long.
Absolutely,
we
my
all
guy.
went to Lincoln, graduated grade 9-8, and then from there, we started, me, Ty, and Steve started, like, Kinetic Energy, which was an internet radio station.
Mm-hmm.
We had that popping for a minute, then we went over to G-Town Radio and introduced Stereotronics, and we had that popping for a nice minute as well.
Hold up. It was Kinetic Energy. That was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an internet radio show. We have to shout out Stephanie Renee. She's a host on Word Radio now.
Mm-hmm. Word.
But she had an internet show called Soul Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
And she allowed us to upload our show on her website. You know what I mean? So we did Kinetic Energy on that show, and then from there we went to G-Town Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give another shout out to Jim Bear because he was the owner of G-Town Radio at the time. He was willing to give us an opportunity to come on there and do our thing, so we did our thing.
First live show on G-Town Radio.
It was the first live show on G-Town Radio.
Talk a little bit to that.
And still, Soul Sanctuary still a doubt because we were able to record our broadcast there and then give it to her, and she would upload it on the Soul Sanctuary website. So the Podcastbols is this is our third go around, so I guess I'm hoping that this is the charm this time.
Oh, this is the one.
But we've been doing it for a minute. We've all been dabbling, you know. I think
you know how it goes, Sam. You know you got to stay connected to the culture, and we always have been, man. That's one thing we always try to do, definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, shoot, I done bounced around. I done been at a few stations. We had the only live show on 98.5 at one point, FM. And I know how it is, man. And like you say, I appreciate everybody that gave me the opportunity, but now I have control over my situation. And just like y'all do. So that's why it's going to work.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just the easiest way because then you don't have to worry about nobody else when it comes to your vision. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to ask. You don't damn sure have to get no approval. You know, we might bicker or argue on the air, but that just makes for good content. So just keeps the show going.
No, that's absolutely right. And podcasting, I feel like podcasting isn't new right now, but I feel like it's really just starting to blow up right now.
Yeah.
So there's room for people to get in and take advantage of it. And I kick myself because it had to have been like 2004, 2005. I used to work with a guy, and I was telling him that we were doing an internet radio show, and he was like, "You ever think about podcasting or doing a podcast?" And I didn't know what it was at the time, and he was a little weird, so I kind of just dismissed it, you know what I'm saying? But I wish I would actually sat back and gave him a chance to listen to what he had to say, because we could have started podcasting way back then. You know what
But
I mean?
back then, only weirdos was talking about it.
Everything had its own reason.
It was only weirdos talking about it back then, though.
Right.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, right. But now you know you can't discount a weirdo. You can't discount.
You can learn from everybody, bro.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So how do you? I have a question. So how do you balance? Since there's, you definitely have the creative control, but how do you balance it with 3 different personalities? Like, what are your personalities, and what role do y'all play?
So now, I got that one. The topics are the topics. Like, we kind of stick to what's going on in the planet or what's relevant to us in terms of that. So whatever we feel in terms of our own opinions on the topics, we just let that kind of just come out organically. But there's always going to be that calm, just influential element to stop. Like, he doesn't necessarily want you to believe that he's trying to influence you with his words, but he is. But he's doing it but you're going to know that you get it at the end of it. And Sleeves is like the 180 of that, where he's to the roof immediately.
Absolutely.
And
I can tell.
Absolutely.
And I'm a little bit in the middle. Like, I think that's probably why they let me hang around, because I can kind of speak it to how Stop can, and if necessary, I can also escalate it to the Sleeves level. I try not to do that much just for the sake of my own health. But I think that's kind of what keeps us all together, because, like, we've been together for many decades, but we're all still, fundamentally rooted in our own principles, and we don't compromise, and we always keep it real when we're talking, but it just winds up making for a good conversation. Like, I don't know if you've listened to us, but like, me and Sleeves may argue every other episode. Like, it always has, but we've been together so long, and we have this love. So like, as soon as the camera's over, we're just kind of giggling about it. Like, I hope that sounded good on the radio.
Yeah, or if I step over, I'll let you know on air, because it's been time, especially that New Year's Eve joint we shot not too long ago. Yeah, I was a little roasted, so yeah, it was all over the place. But but that's what it brings: the cohesiveness, the chemistry. It's just what we do, man. And like you said, nobody compromises. Like, that's the beauty, just like y'all over there. Like, that's what you need. Like, you don't need that fake shit. And we from Philly, where we can't do or about that fake shit.
Right. I like how you said that. I'm sorry, stop. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it definitely is the chemistry, and as you two can relate, because Saab, you went to Ivy League too, right?
Yep.
Didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I went to the league, though.
Okay, yeah. I was familiar. I know she's familiar. So what it is it's the chemistry and it's the history. Mm-hmm. So, like, when I talk to Ty, when I talk to Sleeves, when they talk to me, there's no punches being pulled. And you can say whatever, because we know not to take things too personally. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been friends for that long, like you said, since 1994. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's over a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's important. And it is. It's just, it really comes down to that chemistry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just works.
It's interesting you said that too, because I think that's something that we can relate to in regards to the time that you have in the chemistry, right? Because, again, we go way back to elementary school.